watched you sleep, your breath so light, the world outside still chasing light. I could've stayed, but in my heart I knew I'd only hold you back. You need a sky without my rain, a path that doesn't wear my name. So I unlove you piece by piece to set you free and find your peace. This is my sacrifice, to lose you so you'll shine, to love you most by stepping out of line. Not every ending is unkind. Sometimes goodbye is the gentlest way to stay behind. I'll be the silence in your spring, the echo you won't always hear. I'll be the ghost that could have been, that teaches you to not fear tears. You won't remember what I gave, but maybe that's the gift I made. A love so deep it lets you go when holding on would hurt us both. This is my sacrifice, this was my sacrifice, not to be yours in this life, but to light the road where you might find love that's kinder than what I could provide.
I used to wake to an empty light, counting shadows in place of time. Your name was silence in my bed, a ghost that danced inside my head. I cried in colors no one saw, I whispered prayers I'd long withdrawn. But pain, it teaches how to breathe when all that's left is only me. I touched the ground, I broke, I bled, but something bloomed inside the dread. Not every loss is made to kill, some wounds remind us we can feel. This is my rebirth, not from flame, but from the ashes of your name. I'm not the same, but I still stand with softer heart and stronger hands. You left, but I found something true, the one I needed was never you. I dress in sunlight now and then, some mornings still forget the end, but now I smile without pretending, and I love without depending. The world is quiet, but it's kind. I've made some peace with what's behind. The mirror shows a different face, someone who's learning how to grace. I broke to bloom, I cracked to glow. What hurt me once now helps me grow, a better me, not out of spite, but from the dark I chose the light. This is my rebirth, not revenge, not just escape, not bitter end. I'm not the same, but that's the win. I bled, I broke and grew within. You left, but I found something true, the one was always new. Thank you for the pain you gave. It carved the path that I now brave. I'm not who left, I'm not who stayed, I'm someone made from all I gave. This is my rebirth, I choose to rise with healed up scars and clearer skies. I love again, not out of need, but from a heart finally freed. You left, and I lost something too, but in the end, I found me true.
We got så much for watching, and you är intresserad av liv. Is it the day för mig ashes beding lyser bättre så på mig lyser kaner? Would you get met toward the calyx and might have been the odd marriage with a guy? And now feel dance we also like some blood and Draco. So, is the also I just Venus beside amazing up? You brought our favorite object specialist bitches for us because I show that got mount all in life. I'm lazy we use promise but be qualifying and pinkos. But do is sling the vials dying sway you. I make sure if you cursey and feel like only and it was zero down sides V so it means cursey. If you wanted to perform, I could suit up now. I mean, should and get music on there you to piece of funky. So that's why I picked this. Loves some.
I smiled like I was fine, wore peace like it was mine, but under skin the ache remained, an old ghost calling my name. I kissed someone but tasted pain, pretending love can mask the stain. I told the world I'd moved along, but inside I was never gone.
I'm tired of pretending, of breathing, not living, of walking as a shell of who I thought I'd grow into. So I let myself die, not in blood, not in scream, but in silence like a dream. I buried my past in my own hands, lit the fire, watched it end, not to vanish, but to begin again. But to begin again.
I stared into the glass, met eyes that didn't last. The me I knew had lost her voice, so I gave her back a choice. No more shadows on the wall, no more halfway love at all. I whispered go to who I was and felt rebirth inside the loss.
Goodbye to all the masks I wore. I'm not her now, not anymore.
Set myself die,
Not in blood, not in scream, but in silence like a dream. I buried my past in my own hands, lit the fire, watched it end, not to vanish,
but to begin again. But to begin again.
I had to die to feel alive, to kill the pain I fed with lies. The one you loved is gone for good, but maybe now I'm understood. So I let myself die. One last breath, one last cry. Now ashes bloom beneath my feet. I rise again, no need to weep. The girl you knew, she said goodbye.
was a ghost of who I used to be. Heartbeat silent, love was history. You found me lying in my darkest place. Didn't ask questions, just gave me grace. You didn't fix me, you lit a flame. Didn't say forever, just called my name. Your eyes said try when I had none left. And that's the moment I took my first breath. You reincarnate my love. From broken glass you shaped enough. I'm not who I was, I'm someone new. And it's all because of you. You didn't bring my past to life. You gave me something more than light. A love reborn, not reattached. You showed me love can start from scratch. I used to fear the touch of skin. Like fire on paper, I'd burn again. But you held me like I wouldn't break. With hands that heal, not try to take. You danced inside my silent storm. Said let it rage, I'll keep you warm. No vows, no rings, no second chance. Just brand new love and circumstance. You reincarnate my love. You didn't need to say too much. Your laugh replaced the words I lost. You made me feel no matter the cost. You didn't look like what I dreamed, but you were more than love could mean. A brand new start from ends I knew, and every step just led to you. They say love dies and ends with pain, but mine just changed and rose again. Not in the way I thought it might, but somehow still it feels so right. You reincarnate my love. From silence, ashes, things unloved. You gave me breath, you gave me flame. You taught my soul to love again. And I don't need a perfect past. This love was meant to be the last. Born not from fate, but from a choice. A brand new fire, a brand new voice. You didn't need a gun to break me down. No blood was spilled, no screaming sound. Just silence cold as winter air. And eyes that used to care now stare. You didn't walk away, but you were gone. Left me standing in a house that's not a home. You said nothing, but it cut so deep. Words you never spoke still haunt my sleep. You murdered love with empty hands. No knife, no fight, just your silence planned. 1,000 nights you looked through me like I was ghost, like we had ceased to be. No final words, no warning sign, just colder hearts and distant eyes. You didn't say goodbye, not even one line. But baby, love was murdered in your mind. for sparks, but you gave smoke. I held your warmth, but it slowly broke. You stayed, but you were never there. And I died daily in your vacant stare. Your touch turned into hollow glass. Your voice just echoed from the past. You didn't leave, but you let me fall. That's the cruelest crime of all. You murdered love without a blade. You kissed me cold and walked away. No thunder crash, no shattered frame, just love erased, but I still feel the pain. You didn't scream, you didn't cry, but everything in you had said goodbye. Now here I stand with nothing left but a crime scene where love took its last breath. I gave you all, you gave me less. You turned love into loneliness. You didn't cheat, you didn't lie, but you watched it burn and let it die. You murdered love with every stare, with every I'm fine to let nowhere. And now I bleed in quiet nights from wounds you gave without a fight. No courtroom, no justice claimed, but baby, you're the one to blame. Love didn't fade, it didn't drift, it was killed, and you were the gift. I thought love had reached its end, buried deep where no light bends. My heart a tomb, no breath, no sound, where only ghosts of you hung around. But fate is cruel and fate is kind. It turns the stars, we lose the time. And in a face I've never known, I saw the eyes that felt like home. I was reborn to love you again, in a life where we don't carry pain. Different names, another sky, but the same old pull when you pass by. You didn't know, but I just knew that every step was leading back to you. Not the same story, not the same end, but I was reborn to love you again. You touched my hand and I could feel 1,000 lifetimes turning real. Your smile, your voice, deja vu, a love forgotten, finding truth. You laughed and echoes came alive from places memory couldn't find. But in my soul I clearly heard a vow once whispered, not in words. I was reborn to love you again, not in pieces, but whole and unchained. Through every death, through every scar, you were my end, and here you are. So kiss me once like never before. Let's ride a tale with no more war. This time no leaving, no pretend. I'm reborn to love you till the